What are the rules for fighting fair in relationships? Think of them as the rules of engagement. Here are your do's and do nots to work through disagreements in most relationships. All partners and couples engage in conflict, but the key is resolving them constructively and not destructively. These rules will be hard to follow at first, especially if there are lots of unaddressed issues involved. Once you hit the refresh button and both learn the rules, they become easier to navigate. They can also be your guide and add humor in the moment. I encourage you to take notes, watch this video together, and save this for future reference. Some of the couples I worked with in history printed off a copy of the rules on colorful paper and hung it on their refrigerator. Whatever works for you is what you should do. First of all, set the stage. Make sure both of you are able to focus and give the other attention to discuss the conflict. Here are your do's. Number 1. Deal with the here and now. What is the primary problem right now? Anything older than 24 hours is garbage, so no garbage dumping. At the beginning of the discussion, identify the hot topic for today and stick to it. Number 2. Take responsibility. Use I statements as a way to show you are taking responsibility for your own feelings and actions. An example would be, I feel frustrated when we don't share responsibilities around the house. I hope we can come to a compromise. Number 3. Be direct and honest about your feelings and what you want, as well as what you need. Your partner won't know what they don't know unless you tell them. Number 4. Listen and hear. Oftentimes we are listening to respond and miss what we need to hear and see. Check in to see if what your perception of what your partner said and feels is accurate and vice versa. What do you think you heard me say? Is a good check-in. When there is emotion involved, there are sometimes misunderstandings. Number 5. Give the person equal time. Both parties need to express their points of view to work through the issue. It's okay to sit in silence to think about the situation. This is awkward for most of us at first. Number 6. Attack the issue and not the person. No name calling. Never ever. You can describe a behavior, but that does not define the person. Name calling immediately puts the other person on the defensive and all communications will shut down. It also further impedes trust. Number 7. If one party seems distracted or does not give the discussion full attention, either remind them of the importance to you that you discuss this or set a reasonable time to focus together. How about when you're done with that text message, we then sit down together, would be a good compromise. Number 8. Focus on solving the problem and reaching a solution. Venting your anger creates more problems. There is no victory without compromise, so think win-win. Number 9. Deal with one issue at a time. No fair pulling many in at once. If you do, nothing will get resolved. Loading up issues is considered kitchen sinking. Everything but the kitchen sink. Number 10. Limit the discussion to 30 minutes. Long drawn-out discussions seem to go around in circles. If it can't be resolved in 30 minutes, take a break and set a time to come back to it. This gives you both a chance to think about what has transpired. Remember, you're thinking constructively, not destructively. Number 11. Remember, you are both on the same team. Be willing to compromise. Give a little, get a little. Healthy relationships are built on balance. Don't use power plays or let your ego get in the way of what is important to both of you. Number 12. Give each other the opportunity to compromise or change their mind. This does not mean they are wrong. It doesn't mean you are wrong. It means you understand. Again, be direct about what you are thinking and feeling. Honesty establishes trust, even if there needs to be compromise. Number 13. This is a trick that sounds funny but works. Hint, even with children. If one person raises their voice, whispering has a way of bringing down the volume. It's not mocking, it's psychology. Number 14. Everyone thinks this is silly, but hold hands. Have you ever tried to fight with someone when you are connected to the other? It helps you feel like you are both part of a solution. Think win-win. Number 15. You should both have a safe word that identifies you've had enough and need a timeout. Most couples have this to use in life. Pick yours. Now that you have a good list of do's, you'll now get a list of do-nots. These are your never ever nevers. Number 1. Don't refer to past mistakes and issues. Remember, no garbage dumping. You can't change the past, you are working at preventing issues in your future. Number 2. Don't blame. You always and you never is like finger pointing, and nobody appreciates finger pointing. We get defensive. Number 3. Don't make comparisons to other people or play games. Manipulation, the silent treatment, and playing the martyr are all examples of how this could go. The only game worth fighting for is a win-win. Number 4. Don't include other people in your issues. They are not a part of your relationship. Also, once they are involved, they feel compelled to get involved. They also may judge you based on actions or inactions taken in reference to what they know. Number 5. This is a big one. Never ever make threats you do not intend to keep. Threats back people into a corner. If you do this, I will, and if you don't do this, I will are examples. Number 6. Don't interrupt. Nothing breaks down a discussion quicker than one person speaking over the other and neither is being heard. Take a time out if necessary, but schedule a few minutes to come back calmly. Number 7. Don't save up your issues and concerns until the sink is full. Remember, it's about dealing with one issue at a time so you can both see progress. Number 8. If you're married, never use the word divorce. This is manipulative and hurtful. If you are dating, never use the word breakup. These are words you cannot take back that are often used to one-up the other party. Number 9. Don't attempt to read your partner's mind. Unless you've been granted superpowers, that is. Often we presume we can. We cannot. Number 10. Remember, there is no winner unless it's a win-win. Never ever never swear, character assassinate, or taunt. These are destructive. Number 11. Do not be afraid to apologize when you are wrong. Remember, compromise is a win, and sometimes we change our mind through tough conversations. You are learning from each other. You may not get your way 100% every time, however, it's about meeting at a place in the middle where you both end up with some arrangement that works for you. Conflict resolution and compromise are best done face-to-face in an environment without distractions, whenever possible. Looking your partner in the eyes and holding hands will make an enormous difference. Now you are equipped with the do's and don'ts to help you fight fair in relationships. Practice makes perfect, and new ways to deal with important issues will feel awkward at first. You've got this. Your relationship is worth fighting fair for. Please hit the subscribe button and like this video if you found it helpful so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching.